Good morning. Welcome to my 14-day meditation boost. Today is day 13. Today and tomorrow, I'm going to be finished. Thank you, everybody who took the survey. I had a really wonderful time with that whole experience. It's the first time I've ever done a big survey like that. And we had well over, 220 people answer the survey, and we gave away 10 ebooks last night and had a drawing and everything. So it was really fun. And I just got so much fantastic information about you. If you still want to take the survey, you can. It's still there. I got so much fantastic information about you and, thinking about what kind of courses to offer, because I want to offer some online courses. So that's going to be coming up. And the two big winners were the neurobiology of yoga, and the second one was the subtle body, which are like my favorite topics. So I'm so excited that you like them too. And I'm going to be working on some different online programs. Okay, today what we are working on is this whole idea of how the heck do you sit comfortably for a long time. Over all the years I've been teaching meditation, so many times people will say, my foot falls asleep, or I can't get comfortable, or my hip hurts, or my back hurts. So I brought a bunch of my stuff, and I'm going to show you some things that I do. So for me personally, this is a great tool. This is just a simple bolster. It's probably about 3 inches, and I've had this one for a while, so it's a little soft. For me, this works great. I can sit for pretty comfortably for an hour like this if I have time. I often sit for half an hour. And you want to get your sit bones sort of towards the front of it, so you're not collapsing down, right? You want to be a little bit more towards the front of it. And then I like to use my feet as props under my knees, and that feels good to me. And I can sit like this for a while. The one thing is sometimes your knees can be a problem. So if knees are a problem, you might want to elevate more. And I want to show you some other options for elevating. So this cushion, a lot of people like these Japanese half crescents, the zabutons, and it's stuffed with buckwheat. I got this one from Inner Space Yoga, hashtag Inner Space Yoga. There's a shout out for Inner Space Yoga. They're located in Knoxville. My friend Anne started that company and then sold it to another wonderful woman, I think Jennifer Coffin, and I don't know if she still owns it, but that's who was running it. Anyway, these are great. And one of the things about these is they kind of like support the anatomy, so you have a little more sense of structure. The other thing is, with being full of buckwheats, are a little firmer, so this can be really nice. But again, that doesn't necessarily address the knees. So you may want to use something like blocks. They can be really helpful. I wouldn't necessarily put them under your knees. You can figure out how to use them. You might use them a little higher. You might use them a little lower, more under the femur bone and less under the knees. This can feel really good to some people as long as you're elevated. The thing is, you don't want to use blocks if you don't have your hips up, because then what you ends up happening is you're sitting with the blocks under your knees to support, and then you're slouched. So the usefulness of the prop underneath the hips is what it gets you a little bit higher, gets the spine straighter. Of course, the other way of sitting is more the Zen style, not Zazen. Zazen is always with the legs crossed, but Zen style will be sitting like this. Some people really like this, again, it depends on the knees. There's these little benches you can get. I don't have one because I never sit like this, but there's these little benches you can get to sit on this way. But if you don't have one, you could use these, right? So you could sit either this way or this way. I like them more vertical, but either way it could be fine. And then basically you're sitting like in Virasana and with less pressure on your knees. This can be a great way of sitting. Other thing I like about this is your spine gets super straight when you're sitting on the blocks. Other options include blankets. I like stiff blankets. These ones are really good. These are often used in Swarupa yoga. So you could do like a trifold maybe with these. That might work. That might be enough for you. Or you could use 2 of them in a trifold. You want your fringes to be all in the same place. So I'd probably do that this way. Get those fringes back, or maybe this way. Let's see. Yeah. And then I have this nice neat stiff blanket. So that's another one. I was reading in Yoga Journal the other day. You know, Yoga Journal's like an advertisement for all of the yoga accessories that you really don't need. So they have the advertising page with all these things on it. And one of the things they had was this sling that you wrap around here and it kind of holds you all in. It was only $38. What a bargain. But I thought, why not just use an old scarf, right? So you can get an old scarf, or you could spend $38 if you need to be relieved of the burden of your money. Um, so you take the scarf under, bring it around, and then you would just tie a little knot, you know, something kind of comfortable like this. And I kind of like it. It feels, to me, it's a little too much pressure on the knees after a while, but it does feel really nice in your lower back. It just kind of supports your lower back. Another thing I wanted to show you, and this is not so much, I don't use this so much for meditating, but I travel a lot, you know, so sometimes I'm on these like 9-hour flights or something. And so these things I like to travel with these a lot because you can sit in a seat and then you can put the ball somewhere, you know, or to your back if you're sitting in an airplane seat. And these just send some sensory motor stimulation to the brain, helps you to be a little more aware of sensation, which is useful for mitigating any kind of discomfort or painful feelings. So those are some options for sitting. I hope that was helpful for you. Give it a try. You can go ahead today, kind of figure out your seat, give it a try. Oh, I didn't talk about lotus pose at all, but basically just don't do it and you'll be fine because it really blows out your knees unless you're super hypermobile in your hips, and even then it's problematic. But it's a great posture for meditating. I did it for years, but I ended up, you know, hurting my meniscus from it, as so many people do. So sitting just, you know, crisscross applesauce and Sukhasana is really a great way to start practice. Okay, we're going to review everything tomorrow. I hope you get a chance to do about 5 minutes. I went over today, so take a chance to do about 5 minutes of meditation today, and let me know questions and comments, and I'll see you tomorrow. Namaste.